it's just my environment, man. The whole Penrith environment was just great, man. Obviously, they had everything set out for us. But for me, it's just mentality. I think that trumps everything.
Today we're going to chat with James Fisher-Harris, who's a leader of his teams, whether by title or by not. You talk to anybody who he ever plays with, he is a leader of his teams. He's had great success, winning 4 premierships at the time of recording this. But the reason we really wanted to come and chat with James was he's a leader of his country. He captains his country with such a passion that we want to find out more. He inspires his teammates, he inspires his family, and he inspires his country. So join us as we catch up with James Fisher-Harris. Welcome. Today I'm bringing you one of the best leaders I could bring to you. He captains his country. He inspires his country. He inspires any of his teammates he's ever played with. James Fisher-Harris, thank you so much, mate.
Hey, bro. Yeah, good to be here, and yeah, massive reps. Thanks for that.
Yeah, well, I could have said more, but I just want to go straight to you. I find myself talking too much sometimes. I want to jump straight to you. I'm going to start straight away, mate. Someone once said to you, you will never make it.
I don't know if that was actually the words, but
Well, tell me.
I think he sort of chuckled at me. Like, I'll break it down. So I was actually a pretty naughty kid. So growing up, I got kicked out of the school, Okaio College. Went to Whangarei Boys High School for another opportunity, different chance. And yeah, I was talking to the principal, sort of saying what I want to do, all this stuff. And then, want to play NRL. And obviously told him, just chuckling a little bit and sort of played it off. And I don't know if he said those words, but he pretty much said it without saying it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously me looking back at it now, I look at it a different angle. It's probably like, you got to get into school first before you can even try to pursue something like that. So there's no hard feelings there.
Yeah. I didn't expect you to come out and just hammer the guy that said that, because I do believe it was the principal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I was trying to go back straight away to a childhood type challenge you had. But I've then seen it constantly throughout your career. Do you feel what I feel about you? If anyone challenges you, it's like you love it. Am I right?
Yeah. No, you are right. I don't know why. I think it's just, maybe like childhood or something like that. Even my brother, stepdad, like sort of challenged me in those ways. Even my father, without even really knowing, just sort of doubting me and stuff like that. Like, I think they might have knew like how it might work, but yeah, no, they definitely. Looking back now, I definitely see times where they've done it, and I've just gone away and just processed in my head, and then just worked hard at something.
Yeah. And then do you realize sometimes people that have challenged you may have been deliberate?
Yeah, no, definitely now, especially in the NRL space, coaches, Suro, definitely, I reckon Ivan as well, and probably yourself, and a lot of people actually on the way.
Yeah, I mean, when you say myself, I probably should share that with the this episode's all about leadership and successful people like yourself. But I should share that I have been on coaching staffs with you, and I must say that I knew that stuff about you, so I did challenge you sometimes deliberately. And I loved the reaction. I loved it. But you mentioned things like your brother there, and is there any lessons that may come to mind now we're chatting that does bring back memories of you feel have been very influential in how you ended up? Like, is there anything along the way, maybe lessons from a junior coach or your stepdad or your dad or your brother or teachers? Is there anything you feel now you look back on your career up to now that was influential?
I grew up around rugby. So I'd go rugby every weekend to watch my family play and stuff like that. So that was a big influence on me, and just the drive and competitiveness. Like if we lost to another team, just watching it as a youngster, I'll just get that riled up and just like think in my head, well, one day I'm gonna be playing and we're gonna smack you. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'll just get so heated up. So I think that was part of my drive, and just seeing my stepdad, Sam, how he works and stuff. Like he does engineering and stuff. He works like from dark to dark. You know how those type of jobs are, and up north it's pretty difficult. So seeing that work ethic, and when I used to get in trouble at school, I had to go work with him, and then they'll sort of put things in perspective. You know, so no, he was a big one for me. Obviously my brother, just playing footy, he's a gun footy player. Sort of different from me, more stepper and like fast, good skills and stuff like that. But yeah, no, he was like the man when I was growing up. Like, just want to be just like him, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had a different sort of path, you know. But that's life, and I've learned a lot of lessons from him, what to do and what not to do. But yeah, no, he's always been in my corner. So those two, they're up there for me.
Yeah.
My dad too, though, just like dirtiest player. Like, yeah, I used to watching him too, like gun player. Like everyone, all his mates and stuff, they knew dad he was that type of guy, you know. Like he was a gun player. Just opportunities, you know. He could have went somewhere, but yeah, I think that's where I get a bit of aggressive, aggression from. Probably my old man. Yeah, just naturally, and then he gets it from his dad. I heard that he was even like a step higher, you know, back in the day.
Okay.
So heaps are like, it just, I don't know, everything's just sort of shined on me, I guess.
Yeah, look, it molded you
Yeah.
to who you are. When did you decide to come to Australia to give this a real crack? You moved out of New Zealand at what age?
17.
17.
Mm.
Can you share with us that part of your journey?
Yep. So 2013, straight from school, Whangarei Boys High School. I got picked up at Papakura National Schools Comp from a manager, Daryl Mather. He just sort of gave me Corey Harawira and Hamish Bomare opportunity. He knew Gus, and then he just sort of rang him up and said, "You got any spots for these boys?" or something like that. And well, it was just pretty much a train trial sort of thing. No, I think it was like a 1 year or 2 year, like on laugh for money, like no money sort of thing, and just gave us a crack, and then that was everything for us, boys from up north, you know. Just waiting for opportunity. It's all I wanted to do since 15, and now we made the jump and straight out to Wallachia in the horse stables. Living the dream. Three boys living the dream, you know.
3 boys living in horse stables, training hard, on no money. love that story. I love that story, mate. Eventually, I'll get to these leadership type topics, but I appreciate you sharing that journey because, yeah, the listeners will feel a little bit about you there.
Mm.
You end up playing NRL, you end up playing your dream, and not by title, not by captain or anything like that, but you were a leader. If people, I know I shared before, I was on a staff of your team, and I remember we were talking about who the leaders are coming through, and we're talking about captain and this and that. And never forget, like Craig Catterick spoke up in this meeting, said, "I'll tell you who the leader is here. It's James Fisher Harris." And like you guys are all young, you know.
Yeah.
And we all knew it, eh? Like everyone knew it. And then so yeah, like some people are leaders by title, but then there's others that just lead. Like you just make people better. They follow you. So yeah, I might start going along that topic now if you don't mind.
Yeah, sweet.
Your own philosophy around be better. You articulated that once in 2 words. Be better. Could you explain that? That's your motto type thing. Like, could you explain?
Yeah. So, yeah, just on the topic of philosophy, I just thought, yeah, just simple it down and just want to find something that worked in footy and outside of footy my whole life, really. As you know, I've got kids now and family, and yeah, I wanted to work both ways, like whole philosophy of life sort of thing for me. But yeah, sometimes it's hard to live by, you know.
Well, that's what it is. It just guides you, eh?
Yeah.
If you're ever not that, you just come back to it.
Mm.
So for the people listening or watching, we went through that exercise of all your influences, and I definitely need to go down the Kobe Bryant path as well with you. But what came out of you was so authentic, just you. And the way you just said it there with your family and stuff. But when we watched you, after you told us your philosophy is be better, you told us be a better player, be better in the gym, be better on the field, be better in the film room, be better with your study, be better with your recovery, be better dad, be a better husband, be a better mate, be a better son, all that stuff. The way you explained that to me once before, I've then seen it in you every way, you know? And then other times I've spoke to you and you may have acknowledged you might have needed to come back again, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it's a great thing to do, to have your own philosophy like you do, you know? Like, be interested if people listening are thinking about, well, what is their philosophy? Because you can only share yours, but you were heavily influenced by Kobe Bryant. What do you love about Kobe Bryant?
Yeah, just his work ethic, like probably second to none there in his time. Yeah, just all his quotes and just all the stories you hear about him, like you can tell he had that drive, and it wasn't for stats and stuff like that. Like you want to win premierships and want to be great, you know what I mean? Like you can't knock that. And yeah, I just learned a lot from him. And I'm not much of a reader, but just watch heaps of clips, YouTube, and just gain heap of knowledge from him, Just work ethic outside of our schedule now, our rugby league schedule is just like you got to have your own sort of extras and stuff like that. That's probably the main one.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point you say. Like, the content you consume is important too. Now, I remember asking you once, I said, give me your phone. I wanted to check. I put YouTube on. I wanted to see, you know how it always pops up what you listen to.
Yeah.
And I put your YouTube on and it all popped up with Kobe Bryant. But then there's all these little kids videos for your kids that must watch your phone as well.
Yeah.
And it was really clear to me that you do consume a lot of Kobe Bryant. And then I see it in you, like you've never met the guy, but what an influence he's been on you. And then during those COVID years when that was a challenge for everyone worldwide, but you not only decided to make yourself better in that period, you grabbed a couple of guys. There was a rule at one stage you could train with 4 guys or something, and you started your own little gang and called it the Mamba Academy.
Yeah. Nah, that was cool. Remember that.
Yeah.
That was me. Zane was a big influence on that. Zane Tedavano. Yeah. And Kicks, William Kikau and Moses.
Yeah.
That was the crew. Caleb was in there a little bit of times, but sometimes he went missing.
Okay.
But yeah, nah, it was pretty cool way. Just heaps of good vibes and just training our asses off, and just trying to get better and like just having fun with it, you know, competing hard against each other, doing the yuck stuff, the yuck fitness stuff, like together and just grinding it out. We'll just go back and do weights at my house in the garage, close the garage so we didn't get in trouble, and then just it was pretty special way.
It was, mate, but what I loved about it was you guys just making each other better. So there's a little bit of a thing around, you can see like there's some superstars, right, that they build themselves up and they're rock stars, they look after themselves. And then there's actual leaders like you that make other people better. Like that's what I see. Like you made those guys so much better and it became contagious. You had a good year that year, but you fell short. At the end of that year, I asked you, I'm going to throw to this video, I asked you a few things. And one of them was, like I said, let's find out what your vision is. Like how high are you aiming? And when someone out there is setting a vision, you probably want to encourage them to aim high, like aim so high.
Yeah.
So I remember it, but I want to share it with everyone. Not only did you just want to win a premiership, you wanted to be the best ever. So you aimed even higher. And instead of me telling the story, I want to watch it, see if you remember the chat we had. Your vision of this place is you want to be the best franchise in our era. What does that look like? What can you see?
Winning. Being ruthless, winning every game in a style. Just destroying teams. Putting people off the paddock. Just executing our plays to perfection.
So I asked, you told me, I asked the question, what does being the best franchise in your era, what does it look like? And you said winning. And then you told me what it looks like.
Yeah.
And we sit here now after that, and you won 4 premierships in a row. What does that make you feel like watching that? Oh, I had goosebumps. What did that make you feel like?
Nah, it's pretty crazy, Like, yeah, I can tell how angry I was there.
Well, you just lost the previous year.
Yeah.
You hadn't won yet.
Yeah, I know. I could tell the energy, but nah, pretty surreal, man. Like, we've actually done it. Like, people probably thought it was delusional, you know, like obviously, but just goes to show you. But yeah, it wasn't easy.
Well, you didn't just say you wanted to win. You said you wanted to be the best ever. Now, to be the best ever, you just have to win multiple times. You can't just win once.
Yeah.
You had to win multiple times. You said that before. And so then I asked you, what could get in the way of that? what could get in the way of you achieving what your vision was? And you said complacency. So then I asked you this. I said, how will you guard against complacency? And let's have a look at what you said.
I've seen it before. I've seen big top dogs do that before. Just get complacent and yeah, it just goes downhill from there. But I think our standard and our team standard, everybody holds each other accountable. I do my best. I gotta hold myself accountable first. Know if I'm slacking off or something. And yeah, just gotta have pride in it. Just yeah, if someone's if someone's slacking off or something, we just gotta keep each other accountable.
Okay, so now we're going to hit some topics that will really help people listening. So if you're a businessman now and you're running a couple of $100 million a year business, that means you're going good, right? But what could get in the way is if people got complacent. So I'm interested in how you maintain that hunger, but you actually said, well, one thing you will do to guard against it will keep yourself accountable to start with, and then keep your teammates accountable. So there's people out there now that are going, yeah, we're going really good, but we've got to make sure we keep going. You mentioned standards. So how did you do that? Well, first of all, did you ever find during those 4 years of winning multiple premierships, did you ever have to keep yourself to account? Did you ever feel like, hey, I'm going off here, I need to come back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just natural.
Yeah.
But just being aware of it, yeah, it feels like ages ago, but just being aware and just pull yourself back.
Yeah.
Back to the middle, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And teammates. You mentioned the standards. So not many people like hard conversations, right?
Yeah.
You had to learn as a leader, you had to learn to keep people to account. It come pretty natural to you because it was from here. But there's a lot of people thinking, well, how do I hold people to account? Could you share how you do that? So you mentioned standards. So to share it to people that aren't in sport, a lot of teams have their values and their standards. And that's what good culture is when you live those values. They're not just words on the wall. So could you share with, like, if someone wasn't living the value, how simple it was for you to just go, hey, like sharing your words, how do you keep someone accountable?
Yeah, to be fair, I didn't have to do it much, to be honest. Just a good culture and but first of all, you just gotta have good relationships, eh? So you can give each other stick about things, Yeah. I think that was a big power of ours in that time at Penrith. We just everyone had good relationships, so you could pick each other up, Sometimes they had to do it to me, Like, I'm not perfect, so it goes hand in hand. But yeah, no, it's as simple as that. It's for the team, What do we want to do? Like, do we want to keep being great or what? Like, it just aligns with the stuff on the wall, you know what I mean?
Yeah. There is magic in how you articulated that in your way. Again, I'm talking about, let's say this has been listened to by big leaders. I'm talking like big business people that relate to sport. They love listening to sport because in their own way, they're trying to live the same standards. And you just gave a little nugget of gold there, which is it's about relationships. So there's a level of trust that when that hard conversation comes, it's not hard. It's just for the team. And there's no fear of conflict at all because you have such tight relationships that if you ever have to bring you mentioned you had such a great culture, but it's an opportunity to strengthen your culture if you just pull someone into line. It's not personal.
No.
It's actually making the culture stronger. And you said they had to pull you into line a few times, hey?
Yeah, no, for sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
good. Who out of the I've got you on here because I think you are a great leader. I know it. I don't think it. I know it. I've seen it. Who are some great leaders and maybe lessons you've learned off leaders? So either coaches or captains that you could share with people that are trying to learn in this space.
So many, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go low key one is Zane Tedovano. Like not many people will know that he's a great leader. I think that's sort of where I got my style from, or enhanced my style, I guess. Not you don't have to speak too much. Like I just liked how he went about things. It was contagious, and yeah, I think I'm just sort of a product of my environment. Got stuff from him. Obviously Nath and Yoi, just really well spoken. Like
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever be able to speak like them, but yeah, still learning of things of them. Yeah, obviously coaches, Ivan, Suro, even Jamie Tahuna, like so many people, even boys and Kiwis and stuff like that. Madge was a good one. Yes, just heaps, like how people go about their business in different environments.
Yeah.
SJ was cool to work with in the camp just gone. Yeah, how he leads and things like that. But yeah, most everyone's really good speakers. I'm not on that level of speaking yet, but I probably tend to lead more like Zane Tedovano. Yeah,
You make a good point there that everybody's different and everybody's on their own leadership journey. Like a 65-year-old leader is at a different journey than the 20-year-old leader, but they're all leaders in their own way.
yeah,
And everyone's got their own ways. You don't have to, the way you lead, you actually don't have to speak much, but you do speak. And it's just, I've seen you hold a room and everybody's just silent, just hanging off every word, especially when it comes down to leading your country and your culture. Even you're representing the Maori brothers now. Am I right?
yeah.
You've come in here and you're supporting your people. You always are. When you lead the haka, I want to ask you about teach us what that means and like I envy the passion I see in you when you lead your country. Like I envy the emotion that comes out. What is it? Could you share with me, but also share with everyone? What does it mean to lead your country? And when you do the haka, what's happening?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you something. Like growing up, I wasn't the biggest real speaker, or sometimes I was too afraid to do hakas because I'll stuff it up and things like that. Like, if I'm gonna do something, I want to learn it proper and do it as best I can. Yeah, so I was always pretty shy to just do hakas and stuff like that, and I wasn't really in kapaku or anything like that. But yeah, nah, I've sort of just it's a privilege, like you're representing your iwi, your tribe, and all the people where you're from. Like being in the front of the haka, like it's pretty special. Even just in the middle, say my words like te te whakamaua ki a teina, and then I say teina, haumu e hui e tāki. That's like pretty much saying, are we all in this? And then everyone's agreeing. Like, it's pretty special. Like, it's obviously means a lot to me. And when I have my taonga, that greenstone that I carry, that's not from Kiwis, that's from my whānau. That's mine. Like, represents our people, my Harris side. So yeah, pretty honored to be able to I guess take that to war with me, and just yeah, there's a lot of you got to read in between the lines, there's a lot of things that go on with it. Um, but yeah, no, it's a privilege, to be out in front. Like, yeah, it's Kiwis is always the pinnacle for me, to represent my country, and to be able to be in the front of the haka, like, yeah, I'm ready for war, that's me.
Wow. Mate, you mentioned there that you grew up like a little bit scared of doing it. So, what's your advice to all those young Kiwis now feeling the same way? Because you're very passionate about keeping that, respecting you want people to learn the language. You even want to learn the language more. You've told me before. You're inspiring a whole country now. Like, I don't know the whole story, but I heard they were even trying to ban that language. Is that right? Or once upon a time that you couldn't speak that language, it was illegal, which is so wrong. Share with me a little bit about your culture and what you hope the future of New Zealand can just keep some of respecting that heritage, that family. I know you're going to lead your family in that way, but share with me a little.
Yeah. Oh well, this is what I know, anyways. My papa's like age, that generation, or before them, like it was sort of beating out everyone. The language, you weren't allowed to speak in school or anything like that. I think, yeah, it was pretty much illegal, like, or to speak, or else you'll get sort of hurt at school and stuff like that. It's pretty what would I say? It's pretty common to all the indigenous peoples around the world. That's just how they sort of got the language out and stuff like that. It'll be same here in Australia, same sort of capable, but yeah, it's pretty sad to see and what everything's going on back home right now. People in government trying to do what they're doing, and now it's just good to see our people get together for the hikoi and yeah, toitu te tiriti, like everything that our people are doing. I'm just supporting to a T from afar, whatever I can do on my platform, for our people. And yeah, because obviously I'm going back home soon in Jan, but yeah, it'd be good to just learn a bit more about my language, and not a bit more, try learn a lot more actually, and just to bring my kids up in the environment. Try get them speaking real when they're younger, so they can pick it up a bit easier, and just learn a bit more of our kaupapa and our whakapapa, since like our genealogy and stuff like that. Need a deep diver back into my whakapapa and stuff like that. But yeah, everyone's on their own journey. But yeah, it's a bit about mine.
Yeah, that's you. There's a lot in songs as well.
Yeah.
Do your kids sing a lot of the songs?
Yeah, so I just play a lot of songs in the car and stuff like that. My girl, like, she loves it, She loves singing the songs, Māori side and Tongan side. So which we'll be trying to learn,
Yeah. So I read, and I love this about you, mate. Like, for you to leave Penrith, that must have been a big decision. I love this about you. When I introduced you as a leader of your teammates, a leader of your country, like you're a leader of your family and community, I read that was a big part of you going home. Could you share with me a little bit about that?
Yeah. It played a part. So yeah, just in our well, let's see, just what we do, like back home, or the Māoris will get this on the marae and stuff like that, just to be able to speak on the marae and stuff, that I want to be able to do that. in the real, like, properly,
Explain that. What's a marae?
like a gathering place, for get-togethers, like all family, hapu, when we have things on, like tangis, funerals, sometimes 21st, or just family gatherings, or the list goes on. But yeah, you have to, most of the time you got to speak te reo Māori on there, and just knowing the kaupapa a bit more, like knowing what to do. I just want to learn a bit more like that, like and one of my maraes back home, all the elders there, like they speak reo, getting older, and I gotta like my generation's gotta sort of bridge the gap, and there's heaps of us that don't know reo, and it's like we didn't grow up with it, like too hard, as the elders did. So I'm just gonna try play my part and learn a bit more, because they tried to put the taumata on me, like to be the speaker. I buckled. I was like, oh no, I'm not ready for this, So my cousin ended up having to do it, and like there's me being this leader, Māori's captain, Kiwis captain. They buckled, like, and said, no, I can't do this. And I was like, wow, that's real pressure, to be able to speak for your family, and my papa's tangi, which is like up there. Yeah, I just wish I learned a bit more or something like that, so I could be able to do that in my papa's tangi. But that's just another sign that I need to learn now, not lessons. But yeah, that sort of came into the part of why I want to head back, and yeah, to get there one day.
When you say tangi, that funeral?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And they asked you to speak, and you felt you couldn't, mate. Yeah. Wow, I just love that you always acknowledge, okay, well, I'm going to go and learn more. I'm going to dive right in. Yeah, it was inspiring when I read it, mate, because I know how much that family of Panthers meant to you,
Yeah.
and to read that, I was like, I was pretty inspired, and knowing your philosophy around being better and being a better dad, and it just straight away, I was like, he's being better for that family, like it was pretty cool, man. It was pretty cool. I'm trying to relate all this stuff to the people that are listening that want to learn around leadership. I want to explain to them, like, there's staff at your clubs had to pull you out of the gym on days off when you couldn't get out. You just had to be in there working. They'd walk past the recovery room and you're full head to toe in ice on a day off. That type of stuff. Like, how do you keep hungry? How do you keep motivated when you're having so much success? Again, there's people listening that are having a lot of success right now, and they need to keep hungry. If they stop investing in that, it could come crashing down. How do you stay hungry?
Yeah, it's just a personal drive, Like, obviously, like I said before, product of my environment. You go to Penrith now, everyone's doing that. Like, they all and then off days. Like, if anything, I've sort of take a step back and spend more time with my family now. You know what I mean? Like, priorities sort of change. But yeah, everyone's doing that stuff at Penrith now. Like, it's a machine. But definitely hungry. Like, I have a different drive now. Like, obviously with where I'm going and stuff like that, I'm just keen to be the best version of myself. Like, I haven't got there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the main one for me. Best version of myself. Lines with be better and things like that. But yeah, we come back, look yourself in the mirror there.
Well, you said you haven't got there yet, so it feels like it's never ending, eh?
Yeah, well, you just gotta keep chasing it, eh? That's the thing. Don't stop chasing it.
So if we did that same vision exercise now, back then you wanted to be the best sporting franchise in your era. Tick. What do you see now? What's possible for you and your family, or what do you see now happening? If because you're constantly aiming higher and higher. Where if we come back and do another video in another 5 years, 10 years, what do you see?
Yeah, I'm still sort of reflecting on what's happened.
Mm.
Haven't really been able to do that. It's all go, you know. Even all my whole time here at Penrith, you know, it's been 11 years. Since I was 17, 28 now, so freaking flies. But going forward, I have a goal and a purpose. The goal is obviously to help the help Warriors win their first one ever. That's the goal. Be a part of that would be amazing. And just yeah, the whole country will just freaking go crazy, you know. That's definitely my goal. That's yeah. I'll just leave that at that.
Yeah.
But my purpose is just to give back.
Yeah.
However it may be. Sort of similar as when Zeno came to Penrith.
Yeah.
That's gonna be me going there. I'd give back.
back.
Yeah. However way I can. Like I seen what they were able to do last year. And it just helped the country out there much, eh? Yeah. Everyone just got on the back of it. Like it was cool to see. Yeah, I'm just sick of people talking shit about the NZA. Like just disrespecting it and stuff like that. So I'm just keen to just do some good, eh? Do some good with the jersey, and there's a lot of young boys there that stay there. Like they had opportunities to come Oz, but they want to stay as a tight knit group. Sort of reminds me of how Penrith was when they were young, not when we were young.
Yeah.
So it's exciting, eh? But yeah, obviously want to give back to up north. I've seen what we've been able to do to the community here, and I want to do that to my own backyard. So yeah, that's my purpose. It goes hand in hand.
Awesome, mate. So you said you want to give back to NZ, you want to give back up north. Could you explain to me, when you hop off the plane and you put your feet at home, or when you go back up north, now you've lived away from home for a long time.
Yeah.
Like you've sacrificed a lot. Penrith is home to you as well, but what does that feel like when you go home? Because whenever I talk to you, there's so much passion around, and you've just said it. All you want to do is give back. What does that feel like?
It just grounds you, eh? Like, yeah, it just reminds where you're from and where you started it. Like, just childhood, you know, or your cousins or your families. Like, it just grounds you. You just, yeah, it's hard to explain. But a lot of Māori know what I mean. And, yeah, you just feel a different feeling when you touch down, especially up north where I go back home. Yeah, I know it's just a different type of feeling.
Is it? I love listening to that, mate. It's funny because I know this is about you, but a bit off topic. I felt that when I went to my father's, where he grew up in England.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's a funny feeling knowing that that's kind of part of you, you know?
Yeah.
And, but where you just said, like, you know, all your people know the feeling. Like, yeah, I've heard it before, but I just wanted to hear it from you. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I ask you what does success look like for you, I think you've answered it. Success will be if you've given back. Is that right?
Yeah.
And if I asked you what's been your biggest challenge ever?
The biggest challenge ever. Man, it's a tough one there.
Ever think about it? Because I asked the
So
same
many.
question to or what is your biggest challenge? Don't worry about your biggest challenge ever. What is your biggest challenge now moving forward?
I think balancing. Yeah, that's my biggest challenge. Like, cause I got a family now. Like, I got three kids. Like, I can just hone in and just go hard, train hard. Like, be so dialed in that, like, it's always on my mind. But I need to shut it off. Like, when I'm around my family, I don't think it's normal. Like, that's the thing. And then if I shut it off too much, like, then I'm behind. It's tough. I think that's what I'm still adjusting to. Obviously, my family are first, especially my kids and my wife. But yeah, I think that's my biggest challenge because I'm so much like invested in what I want to do and my vision and my purpose and everything like that. But like, yeah, I just got to be aware that this little thing here, my family, that's always first. Like, it shouldn't even be a question. But as a competitor, I find that challenging.
I love your honesty and how when you speak, it's so raw, it's so real, but it also relates to the people that the reason we're doing this show right now. Most of them are very dialed in.
Yeah.
They're very dialed in. And then they also probably relate so much to what you just said, that balance.
Yeah.
So how do you do it? How do you maintain that balance? Have you had to like acknowledge and be aware whenever you're not in balance? How do you do it? Because we all do it. But just to emphasize, when you do it, when you say you're dialed in, I've seen it. It is dialed in. It is at another level. That's why there's 4 premierships next to your name. Like, it's another level of dialed in. But you've just said that challenge. So how do you do it? What have you had to put in place? Because even, for example, coming on and doing this with me, this has been about a year to try to get you on here, right?
Yeah.
And we were always going to do it, but there was times when you went, no, look, this next month I'm dialed in. It's finals time. No, this next 2 weeks, sorry, I've got my family.
Yeah.
Like, I respected and I loved it. It felt like you had it all in place. Like, you've acknowledged, I have to do these couple of weeks with family, or I have to dial in here. That is a challenge, but I must say you're doing it really well. Do you feel that? Like,
I'm trying, man. Like, my wife checks me a couple of times, like priorities, you know what I mean? But yeah, exactly what you're saying. I've had to say no, like that's the thing I'm still learning, still trying to master. Being able to say no. I think we're just not a people pleaser, but just we want to be kind, you know. And obviously, I got a good relationship with you, but it's just priorities, you know.
yeah.
I think everyone has them, and Yeah, but we're here now.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you've said no to a lot of people. And it's going to come. It's going to come when you go to New Zealand. You will be pulled from every angle. Are you prepared for that? You are going to be pulled from. There's going to be media. There's going to be corporate. There's going to be family. There's going to be up north. There's going to be you are going to be pulled from every angle. So this challenge is going to be never ending for you, I feel.
Yeah. We've definitely talked about this, me and my wife. But yeah, it's just, as I said about knowing how to say no. Like, as I said before, my little family, like that's first, and my purpose and my goal. That's after that.
Yeah.
And then if I have time, which I don't even know what it's gonna look like. I haven't obviously played for them, and apparently they fly out all the time, and I'm not even gonna see my family that much, you know. So yeah, we'll see what it looks like, bro. But yeah, I think just the power of saying no. It's gonna be a big one for me.
Yeah. Okay, let's finish with, which definitely will help a lot of people. When you are at your best, what is your routine daily? What does it look like? I mean, you could talk me through a routine, how you would prepare each morning when you were with that team, or individually from the moment you wake up. What does a routine of such a successful person look like? Is there anything you do? Like, is there any meditation, or is there any what is it like? What is your routine? I don't want to put words in your mouth. I'm just hoping, like, how do you prepare? Because everyone's got their own little ways.
Yeah, well, it's varied, to be honest.
Yep.
It hasn't just been clean cut every day. Bro, it's just my environment, man. The whole Penrith environment was just great, man. Obviously they had everything set out for us. But for me, it's just mentality. I think that trumps everything. Like, yeah, you could have 8 hours sleep or freaking 4 hours sleep. If your mentality is there, you can still play a great game the next day. Like, if you're sick as a dog the night before, if your mentality is there, you'll perform. Like, I feel like that's a superpower. Yeah, because you can do all these other little things. They help. Everything helps, but I think mentality is the one for me. Well, that makes me go. That works for me, anyways. Yeah, all those other things like diet, all that stuff. Everyone's doing that. All the athletes are doing that. Every NRL team's doing that. Everyone's probably doing the same schedule or something similar to it. Yeah, it's got to be your mentality. That's one for me.
I love it. Well, the people that are listening that follow your rugby league journey, they would see that. They would see that in your grand finals, 2021. You were injured amongst another 5 or 6 guys that probably shouldn't have played. You had teammates playing with broken bones that day.
Yeah.
So people see that in you, but for the people that don't follow rugby league, that's interesting as well, because everyone is doing the same thing. They're all doing the same drills. They're all like, the magic in you is the mentality. That's pretty cool to hear, man. Pretty cool to hear. I just want to thank you for jumping on, finding the time, mate, because I know you're balancing, and I know you've made a difference to a lot of people that have listened. I'm in awe of how much you inspire your teammates. I've seen it firsthand. I'm in awe of how much you inspire your country, and I know what you're going to go and deliver. So, yeah, thanks so much, mate, for coming on.
Thanks, brother. My pleasure. Cheers, brother.